It's Crazy Toy World with Steve Savino.
You put it together.
Light bulb not included.
Action figures each sold separately. Some assembly required.
Comes with everything you see here.
Free with 5 proofs of purchase.
Batteries not included.
Details on specially marked packages at participating stores.
You can collect them all.
Hi everybody, my name is Steve Savino and welcome to the premiere episode of Crazy Toy World. First off, let me give you a little background on how this show developed. As you might already know, I've been in the toy collecting industry as a toy dealer for a very long time, as well as in the wrestling entertainment industry as a promoter. However, most of you might also know me from the television show Toy Hunter. At Toy Hunter, Jordan Hembrough and I visit collectors and try to make deals for certain items that Jordan and I would then sell at the shows and in his gallery. Along the way of making Toy Hunter, I met hundreds of people in and out of the toy collecting world. And many of them are also Facebook friends who I try to keep up with as much as possible. However, between chasing toys for a living and making time for my family, I tend to fall behind with my fans and friends. So this brings us to our show, Crazy Toy World. Recently, after being interviewed by GeekFest Rant's podcaster Carlos Perron, he pitched the idea of creating a new toy collecting show. I had also been thinking about possibilities for a show, so we sat down and came up with Crazy Toy World. On Crazy Toy World, you're going to find interviews with individuals in the toy collecting and toy dealing business, convention events, interviews with individuals in the wrestling entertainment industries. As you know, for many years that I worked with the wrestlers, I'll answer fan friends mail from social media sites. I'll keep you updated on appearances and the shows that I attend. I'll let you know of certain rare items I have for sale on my eBay site. I always have great stuff coming up on them. I'll let you know what hot toys are hitting the stores, and you'll hear plenty of Toy Hunter road trip stories. I'll tell you so many. So enjoy the show. There are many ways to listen to the podcast and to keep up to date with my Crazy Toy World happenings. You can subscribe to the Crazy Toy World Facebook page, YouTube channel, the website, Twitter feed, and also find the podcast at iTunes. Welcome to Crazy Toy World with me, Steve Savino. All right, folks, today where we're here at DeMario, and we're in the town of Sparta, New Jersey, and this is like a real country area up here. I didn't know what type of road I was on. It looked like, I don't know, it looked like someone's private driveway, but then there's other houses on the block here, so it's really cool up here. How's it going, Phil?
Hey, Stevie, how are you? What's happening? Thanks for coming up to the bear country today.
Yeah, this is like deer, bear, I don't know what else is up here, coyote.
You name it, we got it.
All right, so today I just want to, get in touch with you and say, thanks for all the years of doing shows with you, and I'm so happy that you're still going on, and I just like to go back a little bit and find out, when did it all start?
Wow, Stevie, we're talking about, oh God, we probably go back about 23 years ago, I think. Thinking back, we started the show on a Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah. Okay.
Thursday nights was a after work kind of show.
Like 5 o'clock, I think I had to be there.
Yeah, remember that? We'd open the doors at 5 and end around, I guess, when the last customer left the place, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I can remember, and I can tell you why we started the show. I remember me and my partner Mike. We had done another show in another town, which I won't mention, and we booked for the next event that the person was having, and we booked an 8-foot table. Mm-hmm. And the night we showed up for that to do that show, there was a piece of tape down the middle of the table, and we were like, "What's with the tape?" And the guy says, "Well, I kind of overbooked, so you guys now only have 4 foot." Wow. And here's me and Mike there, both of us with a ton of stuff to sell, and we kind of looked at each other and said, "You know what? I think we can do a better job than what's going on here," and that's pretty much how the Wayne show started,
Yeah.
And
I remember, I think it was like half collectibles, half baseball cards at the time, before it went it went right to toys and collectibles.
You're right. The show has gone through many stages. When we started it, it was strictly baseball and comic books, sports and comics, and a few guys would bring the collectibles and stuff like that, but really wasn't a lot of toy dealers. Some of the guys we had would be buying out the units, what do you call them?
The storage units?
The storage units, yeah. Okay. They'd be buying out the storage units, and they'd come and they'd have like 6 tables, and they'd just dump these boxes of stuff on the table, and everybody'd be digging through, and it was really a great atmosphere, It was
like a picker's paradise.
Yeah, and I can remember. I can't pinpoint the first time we met, but I remember you had different color hair back then, and you were into wrestling, I think.
But I'm still into wrestling, and I still have different color hair all the time.
Well, I think you've got more than me now, which I had more than you then. But I think with running these shows,
I can still run a comb through my hair. Is that what you're saying?
Running the shows, I think I've lost quite a bit of hair. It can be trying at time. 23 years doing this and keeping the show going. And then we went from the Thursday to the Sunday shows. And I think we might have had both going. It was the third Thursday, first Sunday.
That's going way back.
Probably around 91, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been together a long time.
I know.
A long time.
It's another crazy world here.
Yeah, there you go.
This is my world now.
I'm sure we'll hear that name again soon, and in more places. Which I'm glad that I'm on your first podcast.
So tell me what else is going on.
What's
coming up?
Well, besides our steady monthly shows on a Sunday, which are really doing well.
And where is that again?
Wayne, New Jersey, at the Firehouse. 97 Parish Drive, Wayne, New Jersey. Monthly, every first Sunday of the month, which I don't think you've probably missed. I probably can count the number of shows you've missed on one hand.
I did miss a couple of shows.
I mean, for important reasons they were, but man, you've been there for 20 years, and now you're really supporting the show with all these other avenues.
Oh yeah.
And we've got ToyCon now, which ToyCon really started because I got tired of telling the vendors that call in that I can't fit them into the show. It really bothers me that I can't fit everybody in the venue of the Firehouse. We've got 80-something tables, and I just can't make any more. Mm-hmm. We even have people outside now. So I said, I got to try. Let me try the new show, ToyCon, which you were there, of course, and supported us not only selling but at the other avenues that you do. And the next one is going to be October 18th and 19th in Parsippany, New Jersey at the PAL.
Yes, I will be there again, and I'm probably going to be doing this time like an antique roadshow. So anybody out there that wants to bring me in some toys or pop culture items, and I'll appraise them for you. I don't know if I'm actually going to buy them, or unless you want to sell them, and then maybe I'll come up with some heavy cash for you.
Wow, that sounds cool. That's pretty good. We'll have to add that onto the special events calendar of the show.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and it says, the Q&A the last time was really good. I said, but let's spoof it up a little bit and make it more exciting, and see who else can bring in some decent stuff. Even dealers can bring in stuff.
Well, you know what, Steve? I honestly can say this. Over the years, you have been my shmee, and for those of you out there that don't know what shmee is, that's subject matter expert. Whenever I found anything, if I was in Florida or on my travels for work, when I used to travel all across the United States, my first call was to Steve. I'd say, hey, Steve, I'm at a flea market and I found this. What do you think? And Steve never steered me wrong. Steve is the man when it comes to the knowledge of the business. And I'll tell you, if you're going to come to ToyCon and you have a question about a toy or a collectible, Steve's the man to see. If you want to email us at the show first, give me a heads up what you're going to bring. I can tell Steve, and Steve can have a little bit, more for you, about the item for you.
Yeah, and one specialty of you that you always look for are these rubber jiggler monsters. Okay, they could be from Rustberry or anything from Hong Kong, or maybe if they made anything from Japan or China. These rubber jigglers are going for crazy money now. So if you want to bring those in, and Phil will tell you what they're worth too.
Oh, Steve, you had to bring that up, huh, Steve? Yeah, they kind of call me. I've been labeled the name Mr. Jiggler from
squiggly jiggly. I don't know,
from a friend out in Chicago that I used to trade with. But to clarify that story, I used to collect so many items, so many monster, horror, science fiction items, that I finally had to decide what exactly I really wanted to collect. And it always popped into my mind the rubber monsters and creatures that I used to buy at the A&P store while I was out shopping with my mom in Jersey City. And it's just something about the smell of that rubber. People that collect them know what I'm talking about, And I started collecting them, and I actually was writing a book on them until the company I was writing the book for wanted me to do a DVD, and I said I wouldn't do the DVD. I wanted the book, to have the pictures and all. But anyway, I have quite a few.
How many?
About 3,000.
And what do you think the estimate value?
Wow. Well, now that you know what town I live in, I don't want to say this on the line, but I'd have to say, to me, of course, they're worth more, but a retail value, if I was to sit down and plug them out on eBay for a year or two, probably $50,000 maybe.
$50,000.
Yeah. For instance, the rust berries, like you mentioned.
Okay.
The rust berry jigglers are... the heavier, oilier ones were made during, I think, the 60s, early 70s.
1968.
68, there you go. See, I told you Steve knew it. They were made out of a certain petroleum that if kids chew, they got sick.
Okay.
So they stopped making them out of that petroleum. Well, I might as well throw a plug in here for one of our guests at ToyCon.
Okay.
We were going to actually have a sculptor who has mastered the formula without it being hazardous, and his name is Eric Sheets, and he will be there with a new creation just for the show. Plus, he has two other ones, and I think one of them is called Squidzy.
Okay.
And they are exact replicas of Rust Berry, right
so
down to the tag.
So if I buy one from him, and when I'm on the road traveling, if I want to chew on one, I'm not going to get sick?
No, you may have some illusions of something else.
Maybe
when
my tongue will turn different colors.
I don't know.
Each color of the jiggler.
Maybe you should try it. Maybe we're on something else here.
All right, maybe I'll do it at the show and see if I fall and drop dead.
Oh, Stevie. But that's how I got into the jigglers. And I kind of wanted to keep that a secret. It got out once at my job, and everybody was like, "Jigglers? What are you, crazy?" People that aren't in our world sometimes don't understand what we collect.
Well, I sold you a bunch of different jigglers going back maybe a good 10 years ago.
Yeah, you're probably part of the fault of starting me off spending money.
Well, I was finding them in all different warehouses. Like that was my job, and I'm still doing it. And I'm still finding jigglers. I'm not even going to tell you what I did find. I'm not going to tell
you. Some of those stories when you used to tell me about being on the road when you worked for that other company. I don't know if I won't mention the name, but that's up to you.
No, I don't really want to work anymore. This is what I'm doing now.
But no, I'm glad for you. I mean, I know your heart's in this. But when you used to tell me about the stores you used to find, and maybe find like a candy store that's been closed for 30 years, and you got in. I think about that all the time because that is like. That's like our ultimate goal,
The best story, I'm going into a deli, and it's in Jersey, and it's not there no more. And it was so crazy. It was around Halloween. So I'm going up to the counter, and I see Pez. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, they look new, but they're still in the package. And then the guy was telling me, he goes, I'm not selling those. I'm giving those away from Halloween. Well, they were the no-feet Pez. From back from the 60s and 70s. Oh. And I told him, how many do you have? So he goes back into the little stockroom area, and he pulls out 2 full boxes full of assorted Pez. And I bought them there. I was ready to go knock on the neighborhood door and say, you got these, you just got these today for Halloween?
Wow. See, those are the stories that keep the collectors going out there, keep the guys going to the garage
and
sales.
That's what started me going crazy for Pez and... I don't know. I got 2 storage bins full. I just bought another collectible toy store out just recently. So I got another 75 boxes of carded figures of all different, from Star Wars to you name it, to statues.
Wow.
And I just got it in. I just got it in, and you can go on eBay. My name on there is 123-KID, 123-Kid, like the wrestler from back in the day. And no, you know, it's the stuff's going crazy already.
Well, Stevie, what would somebody want? Because I get emails all the time about people wanting to sell their collections and stuff. They go online, they find the toy show, they write me, and how would somebody contact you that's listening to this podcast?
Okay, right, all right. This is it. It's Steve Toy Hunter, all one word, at yahoo.com. And you can email me, and I'll get back to you, you know, and as soon as possible, and I'll come running.
Okay, Steve Toy Hunter, one word, at yahoo.com.
Yeah,
that's pretty easy. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm hoping that some of the people email you, because
I do get a lot of emails per
you're the
day,
man,
and all over, not just for Jersey, all over the states. They're selling Dinky, Matchbox, you know, Corgis, the Turtles are going crazy now. Ninja Turtles, since the movie came out. So everybody's, and then, of course, I cringe, Star Wars.
Yeah, you cringe. Well, I'm going to ask you a question, Steve, because
Okay.
I'm seeing a, I'm a vintage guy. You know, we're both kind of the same age, and we probably both like a lot of the same things. So when we talk vintage, we're talking 50s and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a change in the attendance at the show now. The people seem to be more 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
The age group of the show are looking for, like you said, the Star Wars, the Turtles, the Simpsons, things like that, the Transformers.
Yeah.
And the older crowd that are coming for the vintage,
They're not there no more.
you're right. They've slacked off.
No,
but
they're pushing
the ones
up
that
daisies.
are coming are looking for the real mint stuff now.
You know what they said.
What? Yeah.
They're not there no more because they're pushing up daisies.
Oh my
now.
God! Yeah. Well, I know we've lost a couple. We've lost quite a few good friends over the years. That we've been doing the show.
You're going to see that now. The 50s and 60s. If it's the father teaching their kids, saying this is what Daddy used to buy or collect, and now they're interested in what's hot or what they're going to want to come out of basically it is when they get out of school or college, they want their toys back again. So now these kids are coming out. They're starting to think about again Turtles, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Transformers. This is what the economy is going to now, right. for the collectible business now. And this is what I'm seeing now, and this is what I'm buying now. I'm still buying some vintage. I still have some customers left for that, but now, no, everything is pretty much 80s now. Everything is hot. Masters, Princess. We talk about this all the time, and it boggles me, but that's the business. This is what you have to do to keep going.
You're right. It's almost like the auto mechanic or the cabinet builder. If they don't stay current with what's going on, they're going to go out of business.
Yeah, if you don't have that diagnosis machine for the car, you ain't going to be able to work on that car anymore because everything is all computerized and that's it.
You're right. Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought up one thing about how a father comes to the show and he says to his son or his daughter, "This is what I used to collect," and then the son or the daughter starts collecting what they have. Our shows, the Wayne show and our ToyCon show, we pride ourselves on being a family show. Mm-hmm. You will never, I'm going to say never, and I hope it doesn't happen, you will never see some of the guests that some of these other shows have that may be offensive to some of the customers at our show. We're a strictly family show. We try to make the aisles roomy. As a matter of fact, you're going to have so much room in the aisles at ToyCon in October, you can bring all the baby carriages you want. And unless I have 5,000 people in the place at one time, you'll be able to move around the aisles. And so bring the families. We have a lot of family entertainment. We're We've brought in a cosplay contest, even though it's really not toy related. It's more on the comic side. We have comic book dealers, but we wanted the cosplay contest because it brings in the families. They can have fun.
Yeah.
And we're giving prizes for both, cash for the adults, and we have a separate one for kids. And every kid that's entered will get everybody gets a plaque that they can frame, but the kids will also get a $10 gift coupon for the dealer's room. Every kid that enters. But we pride ourselves on being a family show.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, the last ToyCon, it was really packed, and it was I had a great time there, and even all the other guests were even telling me, they said, "Wow, this is a fantastic show," and they can't wait for the October one to come up, and we're going to do it all over again. No, we try, and we don't charge a crazy admission. It's only $5 for regular admission. You heard that? $5.
Only $5 for 200 tables. I mean, that's unheard of, and quite a bit of the money that we make on the tables, believe it or not, we actually have a formula where it's kicked back so that we can keep the dealer tables very reasonable, so that they can afford to charge lower prices on their items. So it all kind of like flows. We don't do this for a living, thank God. I mean, I've been blessed with the jobs that I've had and being able to retire, and so we, unlike the people that do the shows as their main business, we can afford to charge a little less. And I'm not knocking the people that do the shows that charge. I'm just saying that I've been blessed to be able to bring you a show at that reasonable amount.
No, your prices are fine. And everybody's. I heard all dealers are coming back, and you may be swamped again. You may be turning down. You may be on like another waiting list for like the firehouse.
Oh
you
my
be putting
God!
People outside again.
The
parking lot.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I'll do it as long as the demand is there. As long as we get a lot of nice comments from the public saying that they came with their son, and or they came with their daughter, and they met somebody at the show, or they're reliving their childhood, and the kids are now starting collecting, and they got to meet you. They got to meet like Greg Anderson, or they got to meet a friend that they hadn't seen for years that's been collecting, and like the Wayne Show, it's kind of like a family thing now. People come there every first Sunday of the month and meet and hang out and talk about good times, and then we all wind up going out to dinner afterwards. I gotta say that when it's time for me to say I've had enough, it's gonna bother me because I'm gonna miss everybody that I met at the show.
But you plan on leaving us?
Well, I'm getting kind of tired, Steve. It's taking its toll.
But you're going to have to pass the torch to somebody else then.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully my kids will take it over, but...
Everybody passes the torch to somebody. Yeah.
Pass the torch somewhere else, so...
You take the nest egg with you.
So what am I going to see you in next, Steve?
Right now, we're on standby with the Toy Hunter show, and I'm having a good time starting this up, and I want to keep in touch with all the fans out there, and what I do, and this is what I'm going to be doing is basically going to be traveling around, talking to collectors, dealers, and and seeing like what's up with them, what's hot, what are they selling, what are their views of the future, of seeing of what other type of toys are going to be out there.
Well, you know something, Steve. I'd love to see you doing a show where you go around and you talk to the guys and you talk about their toys and visit the other toy shows and give your opinions and your reviews about those shows and kind of like guide people where they should be going.
Well, I'm doing it now this way, right? They're actually not going to be able to see me, but they can just listen to me, and I'm going to I'm going to entertain them, and you never know where I'm going to show up and who I'm going to go meet. You're going to be getting into some celebrity stars and, media, people that are going to be out there, going to be interviewing them, so I'm like I'm the new journalist of toy hunting,
Well, you definitely got the knowledge. I mean, there's no questions about that. You got the knowledge, you got the personality. I mean, I watch the show, and I got to tell you, I watch it because I know you, and I watch it to see the merchandise.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as anything else, the antics of the show, and that goes with any of the shows that are on, and I won't mention names because I don't know if I can online, but I watch it for the merchandise and the knowledge of the person that's doing the show.
And you watch me as I torment Jordan throughout the whole episode. That's my job, to drive him crazy. Once we knock on the door, anything can happen.
That's true. That's true. And I'm kind of like, and I'm sure a lot of people are out there are in this withdrawal phase, or what do you call it when you got this yearning for something, you're anxious, like what the hell is going on here?
I've been at 3 conventions already, and the first thing they said, when is season 4? When is season 4? So Travel Channel out there, get ready.
Yeah, you're right. Travel Channel, get off, get on the stick with something. Bring the show back.
Yeah, get us back on. Come on,
get it back on, or
feed these fans out there.
A lot of people are missing the Wednesday. It was Wednesday night, right? Like
Wednesday night, 9 o'clock.
Right,
always,
exactly.
Unless there was a special on it or something, and they would, And then sometimes we do 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. We would give them a special treat.
Yeah, it's a void because they're, as far as I know, in our area. I mean, there may be something out there or across the United States somewhere, but in our area, I can't think of any other toy gig that's going on TV.
We're kicking ass overseas. England's watching season 2. I get Facebook all the time, and you can Facebook me too at Steven Savino, and you're going to see my little cartoon picture of me, with grayish hair, I think, this time. I think it's on there.
Yeah, I love those cartoons.
Right now, overseas, we're number 1 over there now. That's amazing.
Well, jeez. I mean, well, you know what? But that seems to go with the toy line too, like The Simpsons and all. Mm-hmm. It kind of like went into a lull here, and then all of a sudden it picked up overseas, and we'd see a certain group would come in, and right away you'd know what they were looking for. They were looking for Simpsons, or they were looking for Turtles. So now it seems like, I guess, the show now is taking off over there. But you need to bring it back this way again.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the business over there. They're making money, and that's the way it goes. And they're gonna they're gonna sell our show over there to any country that wants it. And it's not really on travel. I'm learning this though, that A&E buys it, and then they show it over there on A&E, but A&E doesn't have us on their contract. Right. We're contracted to Travel Channel, so it's this is all new learning to me too about how they sell the show. But
Steve, I know you a long time, and I you're a good friend, and you're a good person, and I only wish the best for you, and I think that somebody needs to tap your knowledge and do something.
So I'm tapping here. I'm tapping here.
We need either them to bring back the Toy Hunter, or we need another show with you as the man on there, and we need to see toys.
Yeah.
We want to see toys. We want to know what's good, what's happening, what shows to go to, what toy is hot, what's coming down the pike, where you're going to go next. The celebrities bringing them in, I thought it was okay, but not where it starts to be constant now. Every time it's hunting for a celebrity. I would rather see, we have... In the Jiggler world, which I had just found out, the director of Transformers, those movies, I don't know his name. I could guess it's Del something or whatever. No. I might be wrong then. Maybe it's not Transformers. But one of these guys is a huge Jiggler collector. Okay. And we've been wondering who is the guy that bids $2,000 and $3,000 for him on eBay, and we find out it's him.
It's him.
Yes, and he actually...
So what is he going for, the Raspberries?
Yes. Okay. He's going for the Raspberries, and I believe he contracted Eric to do a figure.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but he may have contracted Eric to do a sculptor of a figure.
Not getting off to the track, but well, no, I'll be on the track. How many Jiggler collectors are out there that you deal with?
If I had to say stone hard collectors, I'd probably figure about 20 maybe.
20?
20 ones that will pay.
And they're all
top
sick.
dollar.
They're all sick into this. This is like a,
yeah,
like a disease.
The sickos, like me.
They have to have, this is their fix. When they see that Jiggler come up online, boom, they're bidding like crazy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've been dabbling I've been selling off some of my collection, but every time I go online or something and I see one, it's like I want to buy it again. But I'm getting up there in the years, and I'm also wondering about this vintage that year, these items. Am I going to hold on to them? Because I honestly sold my my monster book collection recently, and at one time it was probably worth about $60,000 or $70,000. That
was the full run.
It was everything. Okay. It was almost every magazine that was in the. A good friend of mine, Michael Pierce, did a collector's guide.
Yes, I remember.
And I probably had about 80% of the books that were in that collector guide. And condition means a lot, various conditions. But I would have at one time figured I had about an $80,000 collection on those books.
Wow.
And unfortunately, I got nowhere near that when I just decided to let them go because. Number one, they come out now with them on DVD.
Okay.
You can actually buy a DVD and it has every page of this book.
Wow.
And it's not going to, the DVD will probably outlast me. But my poor books are sitting in the attic, never going to make my man cave monster room that I've always wanted to have because now that I'm 60, my priorities have changed and I don't have the room for that anyway. So
now you're 60 and you got a room full of rubber in the packages or boxes.
So I got the rubber, the Jigglers, but I've been thinking, dabbling of maybe letting them go before they start declining in price. So like you said, the things go in phases. The business.
That's the way the business goes. If something's really super hot now, that's it. It's what we do with the same thing is what the stock market is doing. When it's hot, everybody's like, "Oh, should I?" And then they start selling it off.
Well, see, then the public needs to know that they can, because there's a lot of people out there in the same boat as I am that have a collection of things, and they go to a show, and this is nothing against the dealers because it's only dealer nature. Mm-hmm. Of course, the dealer is going to try to buy that collection, and of course, the dealer has to buy it at either half or less than its value because they're shelling out all the money at one time and they're going to sit on it until they sell it. So, like I said, no offense to the dealer, but when the person goes and wants to find that out about the collection and the dealer's kind of like trying to buy it, well, that's not really why they really went there for. So a person like you that they could come to for this advice is needed in the business.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'd have to explain that to them, that you're not going to get full value unless you're going to open up an eBay account and join the club there. And then you got shipping, you got to do all the emails, and it's for somebody that's sitting on to a large collection and wants to get into eBay. That's a long haul too.
All right.
So you're better off just selling it off and bypass eBay. And
my personal experiences with eBay, some of them have been good, some of them have been bad. Some of my friends have had bad experiences on eBay.
Of course.
eBay, of course, like any other avenue, has to make money, and their prices go up.
Yeah.
Their fees go up.
PayPal takes cuts now too. Everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is, though, a worldwide audience. So with that said, is there any other what other suggestions do you have for places that people can sell? If they wanted to sell.
If somebody opens up their if they just make a website, and then you got to get the search engines out there, and then you got to advertise where you are. People do like websites all the time now.
Mm-hmm. of course they got the shows.
Yeah.
But
Or you can do auctions. There's different auction houses. I don't know about, somebody's going to sit up there with a jiggler. I got one Raspberry here, We got this bid of 100, Who the heck is out there saying, look at this guy up here with this piece of rubber,
Well, I think if anybody's listening and they have a collection that they want appraised or whatever, they need to contact you or,
bring it. Contact me, or you can bring it down to the, Wayne.
Bring it down to the show if you're going to be there, and
ToyCon. There's at least 50 dealers there looking to buy stuff. When you were a kid, what did you used to collect? Don't say jigglers.
Well, they were jigglers, but I didn't know that they were called jigglers then. I just thought they were like rubber monsters.
Rubber monsters, yeah. The Hong Kong, the teacher's pets. That's what I remember.
I didn't even know they would. You know what? I never saw a teacher's pet as a kid. I just learned about them probably about.
I used to get
15
them in the
years
5
ago.
and dime. The boxes that I sold you, they were on the counter, and you just go in there and you pick it out for a nickel, whatever.
I never saw teachers' pets at the 5 and dime next to the A&P. They had
the teachers' pets, and they also had the kooky spookies at the time. Oh, those prisoner people with chains. Yeah,
I don't even.
My best store, and I tell it all the time. County Discount. There was a chain of them all throughout Bergen County and up here too. Oh, this is still Bergen County, yeah.
No, there was a 5 and dime. What about Ben Franklin stores and Woolworths?
Yeah.
Those are probably stores, in our area.
They would be up by the cash register,
right,
and the little boxes there, because it's a quick sell. When the kid was coming in with the mother and buying something quick. All right,
definitely.
Here, Johnny. Here's
sure.
Give me a quarter.
Nickel, a quarter.
Quarter. Yeah.
And
now what these things are going for, one teacher's pet, easy $35 now.
Oh yeah. And there's some pretty rare ones out there that they only limited one in a case or something, kind of like they do now with some figures. I think people look for this chase figure or chase card or whatever the heck you call it. That is that limited figure. But
so then you played with, I call it, vintage dime store stuff.
You know what? That's it exactly. I used to love to go up to the store. When I wasn't with my mom, there was the street we lived on in Jersey City was Arlington Avenue, and 2 blocks up was a candy store. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we'd go hang out. Sometimes we were supposed to be in church, and we would wind up being there buying a comic or something, But Mom, we went to church, and we were at the comic book store. But it was a 5 and dime, and it was like a little corner shop, and he had all these cards hanging behind the counter on the wall. And there'd be like little slingshots and little plastic bugs and all kinds of things. And there'd be a nickel or a dime, and they'd pop them off this card,
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think, I popped it off that card. Oh, you want it because you want to buy the whole card complete with everything on it.
Yeah.
But those I'd collect other than the jigglers, and I liked play sets.
Okay.
The
Marks?
No, now I know that they're called Marks play sets. The Army Men, the dinosaurs, the moon base, and that was probably.
Cool.
And my favorite toy was a couple. I had Kingzor.
Okay.
Robot Commando.
Yeah. Okay.
And the tank. The bulldozer tank. What it was called? Something tank. It was a big tank.
It was Bulldog.
Bulldog, that's it, yes.
By Remco.
Yeah, hey, there you go. See that? Yep, that was it. Those were my 3 favorite pieces.
Wow. Now, King Zor goes for, complete the box with the gun. Who knows?
And to think I set it on fire.
Probably over $1,000. Robot Commando, complete in the box with all the balls and, who knows, 1,500?
Wow. See that?
Yeah.
See that, everybody out there? And we set them on fire and stuff.
Or they're laying up in your attic collecting dust. Or a basement.
Go find him and call Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, not only do we like I said, it's for people to give you a shout and call you is everybody makes a few bucks.
Yeah.
But it's seeing it again in its box, we get that kick.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's more than just selling. Or it's the kick of seeing it again, and having it go through our hands and to know somebody's got it. It's like
anything, like you going into a garage sale or estate sale, and you're in that room and you find that pile of toys, and you get like a rush, a high. I still get it. I still get like, oh my God, this is like, and I'm going back 20-something years, I've still got that same crazy feeling.
Yeah. You know, we'll go out to a flea market or something, and it'll cost us, you figure, we're getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get there real early.
Yeah.
We're spending $4 or $5 in gas. We're having $4 or $5 having breakfast somewhere, and then we find that $3 toy. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And we think we're ahead.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just the thrill. It's the
like this weekend too. I'll go around. I'll see what if there's a garage sale or estate sale, and I'll stand online, and people look at me saying, "What's he doing here? Why does he have to be here?" And they all think I always say, listen, I'm not greedy. I'm not going to come in there and I got to have the whole place to myself. I'm like, no. And I always there's stuff that I don't want anymore. Like I told you. So they go running. They're like, well, why is he not picking this up? And I'm looking for what that's going to sell for me now. And that's it. I'm gonna if somebody wants Lincoln Logs, you can have them.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you today for having me over into this country land up here, and hope I find my way back home again on these deserted streets. So I just want to thank Phil, DeMario for having me, and it was a pleasure talking to you about good old times, about ToyCon coming up October 18th and 19th at the Parsippany PAL. Come on out, come see me, come see some wrestlers. Who else is going to be there?
Well, we've got Eric.
Squiggly Jiggly Man.
We have Mike Zarnock, who is the author of most of the Hot Wheels collector's guides you find.
Okay, this is good.
So Mike's going to be out there for 2 days. He's going to bring his expertise. He's going to bring some books.
I'm going to bring some nice red lines too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember on the show you found some really good ones, right? Directly from the dealer and stuff.
Yes.
I'm sure some of the Hot Wheel fans would really want to see some of them. I mean, we've got Andrew, the Reinforcer Anderson. And
he's a good friend of mine, and eventually I'll be interviewing him and see what makes him tick. I know what makes him tick, but
he's a great guy. He always supports the show, and he'll be selling. We've got Benji Greenberg. I got to mention Benji. Benji's always running around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Running around as the
Joker,
Batman, the Joker, the Riddler.
Yeah.
I mean,
great guy.
Benji's always there to support the show. And you have to go on the website. I can't think of everybody else that we have. But we try to keep most of the guests, toy-related in one way or the other.
And your family helps you, right?
Yes. My daughter and wife will be at the door, the admissions table, and... we'll have food. There'll be a food truck outside.
Is there going to be an auction again?
Oh, yes.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Plug the auction.
Saturday night from 5 till 8 will be a live auction. The public can bring items in.
All right,
to the auctioneer.
Here we go again.
They'll have the dealers will be giving the auctioneer items. It's of course you have to pay the admission to get in, but from 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday night, it's free admission.
Wow.
To the show. We are not going to charge.
All right.
So from 5 to 8, you want to bring those items. You want to come to the show for free. And Sunday during the day is the cosplay costume contest. And both days, Saturday and Sunday, you go to the website, www.toyconnj.com. And go to the special events page, and Stevie's on for both days.
I'm on for both days?
Yeah, you'll be doing
I'm working for 2 days? Okay. Oh, my gosh.
It sounded like here
we go again.
There.
Oh, my God, 9 to 5?
Well, we got to give your fans a chance to come and talk to you, And we'll have the Star Wars characters walking around, the 501st, the Mandalorian Mercs will be there walking around to take pictures. Mm-hmm. And we've also got a... professional photographer on site that will actually take a 8x10 glossy picture.
Sure.
If anybody wants. And right there, print it out, and you can have a picture with Steve, and Steve can sign it right there. And I believe they're only charging $20, which is very reasonable. So you can take a picture with Steve, take a picture with Benji, take a picture with the Mercs, or a toy dealer, or
the
a
Jigglers,
toy,
whatever,
or a Jiggler, or whatever you want. So we hope you hope you come out to the show. And I got to say, Steve, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Oh yeah,
and especially to have you at my home. Even though I'm torn up now, I'm putting in a kitchen, which I may have to sell some Jigglers to pay for.
Yeah, really. Yeah, sell some of those Jigglers. You can put in a new addition on here. So.
All right, Stevie,
All right,
it's been
this
great.
is going to wrap. And again, I'm always available on Friday and Saturdays at Hollywood Heroes Galleries, and that's at 7 Bergen Street, Westwood, New Jersey. And our hours are from 12 o'clock to 6. So, you know, if it's a heavy day there, then we'll stay even a little bit longer. So that's a wrap now, man. You know what? I'm starting to hear this jingle music going on, so I gotta go, baby. And you never know where I'm gonna be next, and maybe you come to your town soon. Take care, babe. Bye.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time at Crazy Toy World with Steve Savino.
Don't forget to submit questions and comments. Some will be used on future Q&A episodes. You can reach Steve at sas22063 at AOL.com or at stevetoyhunter@yahoo.com, or visit Steve's Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Steven.Savino.1. And don't forget to visit Steve's eBay store at www.ebay.com/USR/123-KID. You can listen to and reach this show at our website, www.crazytoyworld.com, at our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/crazytoyworld, on YouTube at www.youtube.com/crazytoyworld. Follow the Crazy Toy World Twitter feed at www.twitter.com/crazytoyworld. And look up Crazy Toy World on iTunes and subscribe. Crazy Toy World is hosted by Steve Savino, produced by Carlos Perone, and is a production of Geek Fest Rants. Copyright 2014, all rights reserved.